Hi, welcome to the Barefoot Deacon Season 2. I want to talk a little bit today about journaling because it's an important next step in the process that I took. So I first started journaling back in the mid-90s. I was going through a life transition and I needed a new spiritual practice. And my pastor recommended journaling. So when I first started journaling, I invested in a dated journal because I wanted it to become a regular daily practice. And I figured if I made the investment in a pretty dated journal, that I would be more motivated to take the time each day and have it become a habit. And it really did. And when I was in seminary, the chaplain of our seminary once said that she thought of her journals as her prayers. So, like, she saw journaling as writing a letter to God every day and then listening for God's responses. And that was a very intriguing way of thinking of it for me. So I started to do that as well. So I would start my journal with Dear God, or Dear Creator, which is one of my favorite names for God. And so my journaling became my prayers to God. And then at some point I read The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and she recommends the practice of morning pages, she calls them. So when you first get up in the morning, you write, just stream of consciousness, just keep your hand moving across the page, write 3 8.5 by 11 pages every morning. And it doesn't matter what you write about, just keep your pen moving, because it sort of unlocks this channel inside you that is your consciousness just sort of pouring out onto the page. So I started doing morning pages, writing 3 pages every morning. And a lot of times I didn't have anything. I was just writing, I don't know what to write about. Or the beginning would be my grocery list, or what I dreamed about last night, or trivial things about my day. And eventually I noticed this pattern that the first page or page and a half was just this random, tedious, get it out of my head, what I would call crap. But I think sometimes that needs to come out to clear the way for the deeper thoughts. So the second half of my writing became really cathartic for me. I started to get in touch with myself on a deeper level. It helped me to discover what my own truth was. I would journal about my dreams or my aspirations or my disappointments or my hurts. But it became just kind of a lifeline for me. And it felt like it anchored me, like I had something solid to stand on. And sometimes the wisdom and the insight that I get when I'm journaling is like none other. So if you're one of those people who has a hard time just sitting down to pray, you always feel like you have to be doing something, I really recommend journaling, because you're still doing something. There's still an action involved, but it's purposeful, and it can really take you to new heights in your communication with God. So I just wanted to recommend that process if you've never tried it. There's lots of different ways to journal, and maybe we'll do a longer series about that later. But for now, it's important to know that my journaling was my prayer practice. And about a year before my spiritual awakening, I started addressing my journals in a different way. And that's what I want to talk about in my next episode, because I feel like I tapped into a side of God that I had never experienced before. And it was incredible. So I hope you'll tune in next time to hear where this story takes me. Journaling was a big part of it, so I wanted to share that with you in case it is helpful to you to write your prayers and just see what that can open you up to. And then next episode, we'll talk about where that led me. So thank you for tuning in. It's always good to chat with you. And as always, if this resonates with you, or if you know somebody that you think could be helped by these videos, I hope you'll share them with them. Thank you. See you next time.